Void main versus integer main. It's always confusing which one to use and which one is correct because both runs in compiler at the end. Let's do one thing. So you can see I have this program, very small program in front of me. It has main function and I am not using any return type, neither integer main nor void main. Let's see what happens now if I run this. So I'm going to compile this. I'll say this is GCC, then finally the name of the file. It's integer versus void.c. Enter. I got an error. What's the error? Error is return type defaults to integer. The return type of main function should be integer. This is what compiler is saying. Fine. But what does it mean? Why it's saying integer? Why I can't simply write void? So let's write void first. So I hope you know the meaning of integer. Integer is basically a number. So you are returning a number. According to C standard, you should return a number. What if I am writing void here? That means what? Let's look at the dictionary for this. So dictionary says that void means an empty space. That means nothing. Okay. So fine. We understood the meaning now. Let's come back to our program. So here when I am writing void main, I am simply saying that my main function will return nothing. Okay, understood. But to whom? To operating system. And this is very important to understand that why void main is wrong. So what happens when we talk about our program? Why do we program? Why we are writing this program in C? Because we are creating application. I hope this is clear. There is no confusion about it. Correct? Now application talks to whom? Our application talks to operating system. Correct? And then operating system talks to hardware because it's responsibility of operating system to manage hardware resources intelligently. Now, when your application talks to operating system, what does it say? It says that, see, I need some resources. Most probably I need memory. I need processor time. Sometimes you may also need network. Sometimes you may need some other resources. Whatever resources are required, hardware resources, you talk to operating system. And then operating system provides you the resources because it's duty of operating system. So you got all these resources. So when you started your program, then you talk to operating system, you demanded all these things. And when you are exiting the program, you are saying that I will not talk to you anymore. I'll return nothing. This is wrong, na? So when you are going somewhere, means you are exiting your program, you tell operating system gently that, see, now my program is exited successfully. I am now leaving. So what will operating system do with this information? It will free the resources. Correct. Now, it is not necessary that you always say that my program exited successfully. You can also say that my program was not successfully executed. Fine. But in all the cases, you must tell operating system that yes, my work is done. Now I am exiting my program. Understood? In order to do that, because you are saying you understood that you need to tell operating system something, that is why we write return statement in main function. Now, as I told you, it's not necessary that you always write 0. You can write 1, 2, 3, -1, minus whatever you want, you can write. But why we write 0? Because 0 tells operating system that program exited successfully. Okay. Since we are returning 0, what we will do? We have to now change the return type of main function, isn't it? Now I will make it integer. Done. So that is how, upon termination, my main function will again talk to operating system and it will send 0 to that. OS will understand that, okay, your program ended successfully. What if you return something else, like you return this value? Fine, you return this value. So if this value has a meaning for operating system, then it will act accordingly. For example, many times you may have seen that your software, your game, whatever you are working on, ended or in fact crashed. So during the crash, what happens? a small window appears in front of you and it says that your program crashed with this error code. Correct? What do you want to do now? It gives you some options. That error code is this. So obviously good programs write error code, bad programs don't. Right now here what we are going to do, we are simply going to say 0 because this is a minimal program. The moment you become more advanced into programming, you will start seeing other return things as well and you will start using those as well. But here we are simply saying it's return 0. So I hope now you know why we write return 0, why we write integer return type for main function, and why don't we use void. Okay, void is wrong morally also if you consider application and OS as a person. Otherwise, it is wrong by standards as well. You must tell OS that yes, my program ended successfully, I am exiting it. I hope this video was useful to you. Let me know in the comment if you are still confused or if you have some other question that you are not able to answer on your own. Thank you very much.